Python data visualization isn't just about pretty charts. It's about revealing what your data is really saying. Are you ready to uncover the secrets hiding in your numbers? Hello coders, welcome to my channel. I'm David, your guide to mastering programming. To visualize data in Python, you have a lot of modules, but one of the most popular ones is Matplotlib, so I will use that one. First, I need to import Matplotlib if I want to use it, and also I'll have to import .pyplot, Python plot. And now if I want to use some function from this module, I will have to write all of these and then write that function. But I want to save some time, so I will use alias p, and now I will know that this p represents this module. First, in every chart, you have x and y values. For x, I will have regular values 1, 2, 3, 4, and for y-axis, I will have 10, 15, 20, and 25. The important thing is that your x and the y lists, which will represent the axis, have to have the same number of elements. Otherwise, the program will return an error. Now, we can simply write p.plot and here pass the x-axis and y-axis. This should print this chart. I forgot I have to write p.show if I want the chart to show. As you can see, the chart is shown, but it's a bit strange and it's not very clear. So, first, I can write some title here, right? To know what this chart is about. Also, I can write the values for this x and y axis. I mean, not the value, but the name. I can also write some legend, like most of the charts have, and maybe some grid, so I can easily decipher the values, maybe this inner value here, between 1 and 1.5 and 10 and 12. So, to write that, I need to here write p.title and here pass some title. For example, I will say just a regular graph. Also, for y-axis name, I can write p.ylabel and here name the y label. I will just name it f of x, which is x times 2 plus 5. No, x times 5 plus 5. And for example, for x label, I will just write the name x. To write the legend, I need to write p.legend, but this legend has as an argument a list. Why a list? Because I can have multiple lines on my graph, in which case I can have more than one legend. I mean, more than one line in the legend. So for the first, I will just write line linear. And now to show the grid, I need to just write p.grid. Now when I run this, as you can see, now it looks much better. I know what this graph is really about. The name of it is graph. Maybe I could have named it linear, but it's not that important. I have a legend. Now I know what this line is about. Also, I have grid. Now I can say for sure that the value 10 is when x is 1. Also, I know what this y is, how I get these values here. For example, what value will be for 1.5. I need to put that x in this function here. And I have the name for this function, for this x-axis. Now I want to show you something. Maybe you have seen here these icons. This first one allows you to save this plot. When I click it, you can save it anywhere you want. I won't save it, but you can. Here is when you create some subplots, you can make them go maybe more left or right. For example, maybe I want my graph to be more pushed to the left, so I will, you can see, push it more to the left. Or from bottom, I can compress it like this. And if you don't like it, if you want to return to the beginning, you can just write reset. So you can play with that. Also here, you can zoom to a certain part of your graph. For example, I want this part around 3. And I can here write a rectangle. And as you can see, I zoomed in on it. 3 is here and 20 is here. I can see it more clearly. Also, you can reset, as you can see, back to previous review, and you can move along your graph. I want to show you that this line doesn't have to be always full. You have some other options, and it doesn't have to be always blue. You can write it to be whatever you want. So, for example, all those features are parameters from this plot function. You can here write color to be equal to and name it, for example, red. Or you can also say line to be equal to, for example, like this dashed line. Also, you have to write line style is the correct name for this parameter. And also, you can have a marker for your values. As you can see, I passed x and y values. So I want to mark those 1 and 10, 15, 20, and 25 are the correct coordinates. So I will here write marker equal to, and here x. I want it to cross it. Another important thing is I'll first run it, then I will show you what I want. As you can see now, the line is red, and the important thing is that the legend also follows the color of your line. As you can see here, it didn't stay blue. It's now red as well, and it also shows that it has a marker, this X marker. See, X is written here, exactly on those values that I have shown you, or I mean that we have passed to the function. Also, your graph doesn't have to look like this always. You have some styles, some built-in styles that you can implement. So, for example, if you want a certain style, first I will show you all the styles that there are. To do that, I need to use function print.p.style.available. This will print the list of all the styles that are available. As you can see here, here is the list. Solarize Light 2, Classic Test Patch, MPL Gallery, and so on. For example, I will use this, dark background. So if you want to use that, you need to write here p.style use, and here pass the name of the style that you want to use. In my case, it's dark background. It's important that you match the name correctly, otherwise it will return an error. As you can see, now my graph is dark. And it looks like this. Matplot doesn't have only these features, it has a lot more. For example, you can create subplots, or you can create graphs in 3D. Also, you can create animations and create some widgets. But I will cover all those topics later. If you like this video, check out my last video on 3 Python tricks. I think it's very useful. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one.